مسجل 2005 صح؟
المفروض يعني عشان في 9
This is all for database management.
we check F60. Okay.
So here you will see
What?
like this. So in this, if you right click, there is two options, append and insert. So insert means wherever you click, that will be the immediate like in Excel sheet you can have an insert option. So in between the folders you want to insert, then you need to insert. Otherwise you should always use append. Append means the last. It will be added to last.
Okay.
So now it is added to last.
Okay.
Suppose here.
Okay.
Correct? Spelling is correct.
Yes, yes. No problem.
So you can create the location.
Okay, enter.
So when you click again, there is an option to create relay. When again you right click and append.
It's
Double click on that. Double click.
and menu.
Finish.
Okay.
So now create again append.
Event. Okay.
So there is a two option now.
Okay.
Either
Relay.
you want to create again a location like in Windows folder, we create a folder inside folder.
Okay.
So suppose in this location there are 5 or 6 substations. If you want to keep all database in different folder, then you can create another location. Here I am going with the relay, creating relay. So
Okay.
that is relay.
Okay.
Now when you write this, it is a relay ID. So suppose you have some feeder name. There are different feeder, some feeder name.
Okay.
You can give that name. Maybe I am assuming this a Cairo feeder. So whatever is there.
Cairo. Okay.
Cairo feeder is there. So you have to put a serial number as well. Once you will put this all information, that will be automatically come in the report whenever you do the test.
Okay. I don't want to put serial.
Yeah.
I
So
just
1, 2,
enter.
3, 4. I am just putting.
Okay.
And manufacturer name, whatever you want to see.
This
We
is
are doing the
Siemens.
Siemens. We can do Siemens.
Yes, I have Siemens.
And model 7 SA
610. 610.
610. Okay. Enter. Again.
This
when
is
you
a
click-
new. He tell me this is a new model for manufacture Siemens. Do you want to add this new model? Yes.
It is just a database,
Okay.
not a template. That means in your earlier database, this model was not added.
Okay.
So I tested the same relay.
Okay.
In
Now this is a very important one.
Yeah.
Now other sets we have database for all relays,
Yeah.
and I give it. Yeah, I have this database. You have this database to give me. I can set up here because if I have another
So-
relay, I don't.
So I will show you. That is, we call it a library, relay library.
Yes, there.
Yeah, relay library is there. I will show you.
Okay.
Okay. So first I am starting with the.
Okay. After I finish this, I put enter.
Enter.
Yes.
So you
But
will
this
go,
this
you
open
will
for me.
reach at this point.
Yes. Relay
Whenever
parameter.
you create relay and click at, always you will go to the relay parameters.
Okay.
So for relay parameters, we need to create any characteristic. Either it is a distance protection or differential protection or overcurrent protection. Where you require the characteristic, you need to do that in relay parameters. So right now I am starting from the basic test.
Ah yes.
So then we will go for distance and differential protection.
Okay.
So right now I am not creating. Suppose you have to test instantaneous overcurrent relay. In which relay? So in a relay there are
But here,
different protection.
I change this to 50 and here I save.
Yeah.
This is open. Huh?
Okay. So you are at test plan. Just right click here.
Okay, append.
So here new test plan means in one relay there are multiple function, distance protection as well, overcurrent function as well. If you want to keep it individual, then this step is there. There are 4 steps. So suppose I am testing overcurrent function. So all tests related to overcurrent will be stored in this folder. So this is an option, you need not to create an individual, but many do like that. That is why this option is given. Again, when you go inside, you have the finally test type. So first is location, second is a relay, third one is which protection, and in that protection what tests are there. This is the sequence you have to do. So this is need to be done only once, and that will be that can be used as many times you. Okay. So here I am again append for the test types now.
Append?
Yeah, append. So suppose we want to test the pickup current of relay. Okay. So now in this training session I am going to explain different test types and how to use that. These are the test types by using which you can test all kind of relay. So I am starting with the simple one, that is a ramp.
Yes.
Ramp is the most useful test type and simple one. So now if you open this, just keep on enter.
He tell me this the definition. Look here. When I
Okay. Yeah. Test definition. If you want to give some name, then give it. Otherwise, by default, it should be test definition. Okay. This window will be there. Everyone reach at this point? No?
دوس عليها مرتين. دوس انتر دوس انتر. دوس عليها بقى هي مرتين. دوس اوكي.
Stop me if I am fast, so that everyone should be with me.
But here another.
So he has selected a notebook.
Okay. Back. ارجع back.
Go to the drop down list first. I am again closing. So by default test type.
Test type هندسة.
Yeah, in test type you need to select RAM. So by default it is a notepad. When you create it, created like
RAM
this.
تست هنا فين لا
ramp. You have to select ramp.
بس هنا بقى لا تست طيب هندسة. كنسل ده افتح هنا. افتح دي. ايوه اختار رام يا ابني ها. بس دوس انتر بقى. بس اختار رام خلاص. دوس انتر تاني. ماشي بس دوس عليها بقى دي. نقول اوكي. بس خلاص يا عم. اي خدمة.
Select ramp and click enter. Then this window will open. Okay. So now I am going to test the overcurrent relay. This is for all kind of pickup and drop test.
Overcurrent, over voltage, under current,
under frequency. So whatever you have to select, go to the test configuration. This is auto ramp function. So this is if you want to test the voltage relay, you have to select voltage, current relay, then current, and frequency relay, frequency. And if you want to, mostly we use the amplitude test, pick up drop. If you need to change the phase angle as well, then you have to select that one, and that phase angle will change. Okay. So and a rate of change function is also there. For manual ramp, better to use manual software, which I will demonstrate later. It is automatic software.
This is automatic software.
Yeah.
There is another manual software.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not in this.
No. In manual software, there are two programs for manual control, and other is a fault replay. So that I will show you in beginning after that.
Okay.
This is all automatic test.
What about this LN1?
Yeah, I will go
This
step
is
by
auto
step.
recruiter.
Yeah, step by step.
Okay.
So rate of change is rate of change by which you test the df by dt relay. If you have df by dt, in which the rate of change of frequency protection is there. Means suppose you are increasing the current from 1 ampere to 1.1, then 1.2, so it will step like this. And the pulse disk, suppose you are increasing it in a pulse mode, then what will happen? It will you will see that predefined configuration are there automatically. So you can select whatever require. By default, it is always 3 voltage 3 current. So that is mostly required. Suppose you require only 6 current, then you can check that on. So now I am leaving only at 3 voltage 3 current. So here you can see the ranges what I have told you during the presentation. There are different ranges which are automatically selected in the software. Input in your relay, you can take that input from this test kit if you want to give any status to the relay. So suppose you wanted to have one digital output in pre-fault condition, breaker will be closed, you just click it, it will be high. So that means that contact will be NC. That is what you want to give the status to the relay. So when the fault come, the breaker will trip. So you have kept it low. So that means it is normal open.
This is output 1. LED1
Yeah,
mean output 1.
Yeah, it is for output 1 here. This one. So similarly, you will select, you can create according to your requirement, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want. You just need to click, you want that status high or low. That's all for output. There is no other.
This is useful for auto recruiter test.
This is used for giving the status in any test type, mostly in scheme testing. If you are doing scheme testing like carrier send, so you want one contact to be NC and it send carrier to the other end. So in that case, basically in scheme testing, not for normal testing. There is no requirement of that.
Okay.
In any other test.
Scheme test only.
In scheme test only. Okay. This is logic input. So we can select by default in all test it is LN1. So similarly for logic input you will use either 1 or 2, not more than that, because in our relay we have limited contact. Otherwise we have to connect different output in the different logic inputs. So that only one logic output from relay we use, any trip contact, and give it this feedback to the test kit. Whenever relay trip, it will stop injecting the current and voltage. That is what we want from when it trip, it is NC. Suppose that contact is not available, you have NC contact, then you can select opposite from NC to NO based on your contact.
Normal open, normal close, huh?
Yeah. So that will select status opposite. So it is
Or this is this third one. Any status, huh? Normal open or normal close. Change the
Yes.
status. What?
Yes.
Third one, not yes, yes.
This.
This, yes.
Yeah. I
When
will
the
move
relay
step by
changes
step.
here.
No. I will move step by step.
Ah.
010 is used when I am testing pickup and drop. So we require two status. 0 to 1 means when the relay trip and the relay drop, then it will change from NC to NO. So this is for when we check pickup and drop both at a time. Okay. And I will show in test how to use. Maybe in some relays you can do practically as well. And it is opposite. If similarly like we have NC contact, then you have to use opposite then 101. Okay. And now see, there is another option as well. These are the potential free, as we discussed earlier. This is potential free and potential contact. If there is a potential contact, then there is a two option here. 1.5 volt and the status is same 0, 1, 1, 0. 4 status is there, that is same repeated. The only difference is it is written 1.5 volt and it is 15 volt. These are two threshold set. Suppose in your substation there is some DC leakage. DC sometimes there is leakage, so 1 or 2 volt always appear without NC. So in that case a test kit may sense that to filter out that we put the lower limit. Suppose there is
1 minute. Huh?
yeah.
Now I have when the relay in the station I have contact 110 voltage and 220 voltage DC. This is when I connect the input. It works.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling you. This is leakage. Due to leakage, we want to filter out. I'm not saying it is limit. Above 1.5 volt, you can use up to 300 volt. That is not limited.
From 1.5 to 30.
Yeah, 300 volt. This is lower filter.
Lower, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
if suppose you will give one voltage, then it will not get it. And similarly, if you are selecting 15 volt filter, if the DC leakage is more, then voltage may appear 10 volt. So it should not sense false. So that is why to filter out we limit the threshold.
Okay.
So that does not mean that the voltage is limit. Voltage you can use up to 300. That is not a limit. Okay. So this is the lower duration. If suppose you want this input contact to sense delayed after tripping due to some configuration in annunciator, we need to hold that. If we use the relay, then it give a pulse, and again NO change from NO to NC, and again change immediately.
Like fuse fill.
Yeah.
Fuse fill.
And any tripping. Suppose you have given a fault, relay will give the trip command and just give the command, and again it is down. So only few millisecond, for few millisecond that contact change. So if you want to remain that NC status in some test, then you can keep through this duration. If you set the duration, suppose you want that contact to remain NC LN1 for 1 more second after the pulse, then you can put here. This is not practically used here.
What is recommended for this? Recommended?
Nothing recommended here. When any application you see like this, you have any application, then you can use it. Yeah. Sometimes the manufacturer So this is a secondary primary. So if you give the CTPT values, you can see the values only. That is not required. Otherwise, unnecessary. We do all the testing in secondary only.
Yes, yes.
So that is not required. But if you want to see the value in primary as well, then you have to give the CTPT data, and you can see the values in primary and secondary. That's all. And time constant, if you want to injected current to have some non-linear tilt, that time constant is used as test. So now once we know that I am going to test the overcurrent relay, so I have selected current and go to the test. Here you will find I have selected the current. That is why action is at the current. Okay. So in this case, only the IA current will increase or decrease, whatever we give in the action detail.
What's this action? Why action? I haven't action here. No. How you get this?
Action means what I am going to do.
When you change the value?
Here. That is here. I am going to do that. Just let me complete, then if you have any question, then we can repeat it. Because I am going to...
Okay. I have here voltage. I wanted to back. How will we go back?
Huh? Okay. Go to the test configuration.
Okay.
Because you have selected voltage here, so it is in voltage. So if you want to test the voltage, then you need to select that. Okay. Action. So if it is current test, then it is in current. So suppose we want to increase all three current at a time, then you just type A and enter, then it will also change to action. In this case, all three current will increase with the detail what I will give here.
Here when you what action this only work? You choose which channels will work.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. First, window wise. Here I have selected action. What action I am going to do, I will define here. I am not.
I know, but you choose IA, IB, IC only, not
Yes.
choose VA, VB, VC. You choose this only, and you must do
Because-
action.
Yes. Yeah.
If you don't do action, it will not work. This channel,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So you must do action here.
Yes. The action what we will do, that's what I am going to explain. So offset current. Suppose this is a instantaneous over current relay, and the relay, whatever time setting in your relay, you should give more than that. That is the logic. Otherwise, it will not sense as a fault. Now delta current. Delta current is the by step which you want to change the current or voltage or frequency, whatever. By which step you want to change. Delta is means change. So I am selecting it 0.01. You can select it 0.001 as well if you want more accurate result. So here for providing training, so step should be less. It will be graph will be visible correctly. So that is why I am selecting 0.1. Delta time again. What step you given, how much time you want that step to be there, that should also be more than the relay tripping time. 100 millisecond. 100 millisecond. I am changing this 500 millisecond to show the difference only, not required, but when it is a graph, then I can show. And last is the current limit. Current limit is, we know that it is tripping at 1 ampere, then we can give it 1.2, 1.1, so it will trip between that. If it is not tripping that, then there is no meaning to test, keep on increasing the current. So we want it within this band. Yeah.
1 minute. Now, offset current is the beginning of when current injection. Okay. You can make it graphical or by how it works.
Just showing you the graph. Yes. Now it is clear. You can see I have started from 0.9 and I have given first step 500 millisecond to differentiate. This 500 millisecond, here first step, 0.9, 500 millisecond. And step is 0.1. You see this 0.1, it remain for 100 millisecond, again 0.1, again 100
ستيب باي
seconds.
ستيب ستيبات
Step by
لا هو اختار 9 من 10 بعد كده اول السبايه بس اللي عالي مره واحده.
معلش مره واحده
يا ابني فضل ثابت عليها فتره.
9 من 10 انت مدخلها الزمن بتاع الباك اب انت عاوزه كام؟ يعني انت مثلا تحكي مثلا 9 من 10 لمده مثلا بدي مسكوت 1 ثانيه هتحكي انت اول نص ثانيه هيعمل تربو ولا مش تربو؟ المفروض ما
لا يا حبيبي ده هو كده هو عطى 9 من 10 ثانيه 500 متر وبعد كده يبتدي يعلي هو انت بتعلى هيفصل عند رقم معين عند زمن معين هو لسه ده مش البيك اب ده بس 9 من 10 ده بدايه يعني مثلا انت جهاز ضبطه على 2 امبير مثلا بتبدا حجم من امتى؟ من 1.5
ايوه حلو جدا
وتوصل لغايه 3
تمام
ماشي هو بيبدا عند 1.5 يفضل واقف شويه عند 1.5 وبعد كده يبتدي يعلى شويه احنا دلوقتي ال 500 ديت اللي هي اول واحده
هات الجراف ممكن
جراف شو جراف اجيب اوكي بعد كده الدلتا اي دي بيبتدي يعلى واحده دي بص 9 من 10 بعد كده الدلتا اي اللي هي بيعلى بيها بالامبير والزمن اللي بيستمر في الفتره دي اللي هو التي اف يعني زي التي اف كده صح؟
زي التي اف بالظبط
بس ما انا بس عشان كده
وديت دي اي
ودي زيت والكلام ده وده النهايه 1 من 10 ده النهايه بص هو نهايه عند 1 من 10 يبقى دي 9 من 10 دي البدايه 1 من 10 دي النهايه
ممكن تقدر تستخدمها في الباك اب
ما دي في الباك اب
ايوه
ايوه
الباك اب بس
ما هو بيك اب بس مش تايم ده
صح
This is
ما هو اصلا
given here
ده اختبار باك اب
ايوه ما هو باك اب
1.1
يبقى كده يعتبر الاي يا استاذ محمد
it will
والدي
increase
اي
till here.
يعتبر الاي والدي اي
بس وصلنا
تبدا الاي والدلتا اي بس هي الاولانيه دي المفروض نخليها زي بعضيها يعني اللي هي ال 500 مللي سكند دي تبقى زي اللي هي ايه اللي هي الديوريشن اللي هي 100 مللي سكند تبقى نفس الريشيو يعني ايه لازمه ان انا اخليها حته طويله قوي كده فهمتني؟
كان ماشي
So there is no meaning.
بدل ما تاخد زمن كتير يا استاذ محمد تجري ازاي
يا
فتره
ابني بالعكس ده كده انت زودت ان 500 مللي سكند دي قللها اكتر ما انت
اجيب لها ازاي؟ بدل ما تبدا بالصفر مثلا
ايوه انا فاهم بس خلاص
ممكن تبدا بالصفر تبدا بالصفر
اوكي
I have set 1, then I expect near to 1 relay should operate. Above than 1 ampere it should operate.
where is this
So expected 1. So we can measure in the values error, give the tolerance in the values, also in percentage. Generally we prefer in percentage, so I am doing this. Suppose 5% I have given tolerance. Okay. So there is an option in this tool for learning purpose. Go to the tools and select offline simulation. So that means when you are not connected to test kit and you want to learn the software, then you can run different test plans without test kit to learn. And when you run the test, so some random value near to your selected point, it is randomly considered by the software. So that is for learning purpose only. Okay. So when you test actually, then the whatever the actual current at which your relay trip, that will be recorded. Okay.
But
now,
I when I make it
yeah.
offline simulator mode or
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
If it is a tick mark, then it is a selected. But keep in mind, but when you are actually testing, it should be removed.
Okay.
Otherwise, even you running, then a command will not go to the test kit.
when I press like this not no
it
thing
is-
happen
سبكت اون
Yeah, it is. Timing is
here
coming.
huh?
Yeah. So now if I run this test, then it will give the random timing. Okay. I have selected 1, so nearby this one. In actually when you test, then the same will be in actual mode and at what exact current. So this is the pickup test. Now we want to drop test as well. Again go to the test. Everything will be same. One more ramp is added. So here you can write it. It is a pickup and it is drop. So both will be there. So here also we expect it should be near 1. So I have selected 1. So everything is same. 5%, 5%, okay. And here we need to define. Earlier only we defined how to ramp that. So here from here the other ramp function need to define. Till here we already defined. Now first is weight. So you want, after picking up the relay, you want some time at 1.1 ampere, then it will remain for that time. That is, if you do not require, then leave it. So it is 0 now. Now delta current. So for drop-up test, we want to decrease the current now. Then the same delta current will be in negative. Okay. This will be minus 0.01.
I give it minus.
Yeah.
Must, huh?
Yeah. And the timing should be same. Okay. And limit current you can put 0, but we know I need to show you the graph exactly. So I will put it 0.9. Otherwise the graph will be very small. Okay. So now see the graph. It is a pickup, drop, and it is the expected current here at which relay should trip. And red one is the tolerance. So your relay should trip between this red line. That is what we wanted. Now if we run the test again, this is a random value. This will never come like this, because it should be always less than 1 ampere. But it is in simulation mode, so it is giving the random value. Okay? So it should be always less than 1. When you test, then you will find. So that automatically tests the pickup drop up at a time. But you see it is failed, because in pickup drop up we need to change this one. Okay, 0 1 0.
Okay.
I have not given it. Yeah? So now it is changed balance. If you here also you can do the balance angle. Now click on the fault rotate, then you will see 120 is at above, 0 is between, minus 120.
Again this, because I don't.
Yeah, you do as
you bought volt 63.
Yeah.
And you change the angle?
Yeah.
Or he changes?
You can see action is changing and the angle is also changing. You can see? So
this is for directional?
Not directional. If you want to rotate it is not required for this. If you want, suppose by default you have written 0.
1 minute. Now I got action for the 3 IA, IB, IC. This is test for which one? IA without fault rotate.
It is clearly written. IA.
Okay.
Wherever it will be action, that will work.
Okay, I bought 3 actions. IA, IB, IC, 3 action.
So you just write it.
Okay, I know. But the result for what? Which one? IA or IB or IC?
Yeah, it is written here. You should see here. It is not rotating. Rotating these values.
No, not about rotating. Not about rotating. Before rotating, I bought IA action, IB action, IC action. Okay, I take action here. This result, which for IA or IB or IC?
Will be for 3.
I check 3 phase together.
If you want.
No. I check IA, then IB, then IC.
So you need to do it one by one. One by one.
Not the 3 together.
Not the 3.
No, I bought action for IA only.
IA only.
Then IB, then IC.
IB and IC.
If
I make the 3, I bought 3 action.
If I need the 3,
all 3 will be there.
Okay.
Okay. So should we move to?
Okay.
So it is. Then if you go to in report, then this will be seen. Because we have done in the simulation mode, then by default this date will be there. But if when I will test actual relay, then the today's date and time will be in the report. So if you save by default in simulation mode report, then the date will be this one. You can see the test plan created today and edited this one. That detail will be same. Like tested date, if you are doing in simulation mode, then it will be default this date. When you are testing actually, then that will be the correct date. So you can export this report either in PDF format. If you need some edit, then MS Word. So let us do it PDF. Okay.
destination.
Okay. Suppose you can right report 1, because maybe yesterday also I have tested, so same name will be there. So you can write your name. This ramp. This is older one. We change it to the.
Okay. We have just protected the file. Is trying. قال لي اوقاب يا عم.
This is the.
نط غلط مش عايز يفتح.
This is assumed. I think that I have saved it somewhere else. Okay, again do it. I think I have saved by in document. By default. Yeah, this one. It is in document. We are searching. So we can store here desktop or wherever we want. So here 1. Save. Now go to the desktop. You will find this.
AX is denied it.
Now whatever we have this is Mania. We have created that folder, and we are doing this. And you will see this tested date is by default 1/1/2000, because we are doing it in simulation. When we test actually, then it will be the actual date. Okay. So now in this test report there are many things. Whatever we require to keep in the report, you can keep it there. You can see the graph, what is the evaluation, pass, fail, everything detail will be there with the graph.
لا انت فارس منه.
بتزيد طبعا ولا مش معانا.
Okay.
بتزيد طبعا ولا.
Okay. Now suppose you want to customize the report from, like here it is written Doble engineering. You want to write ETC. So that can be done in the report format. You just go to the setup file and global report definition. Setup file, global report definition.
فتحت.
There are different thing here. You can suppose some content in the report you do not want what the detail of test kit. Then you should remove it. You just focus on the what are the tests and what are the results and the graphs. So you can customize selecting these different options. So if you want to have your logo footer, so you can write ETC here. The report will generate footer at ETC. And you can also import your logo, your company logo here. Then instead of Doble logo, your company logo will be there. Okay. Okay. So this is a common format for all test types.
Test format and test.
Yeah. It will inbuilt. So you do not need to remember what you have to do.
Okay.
You can write even the step.
Names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steps that you should first connect to here in that point, and then do this thing, then run test. So you can write anything. It is just
when I have saved is after 3 months or after
yes.
I can do test without refill.
Yes.
Release.
Yeah. You just need to run. You're just ready to go. and store it